Hi, today we are going to discuss on seven topics. One is why so many theories. In the beginning, we need to understand the basic fundamentals of language. Then we will drive through practical application. Why such approach? Learning 0 to 9 may find it difficult in the beginning, but just by using those 10 numbers, we can create any value. Similarly, we need to learn few basics. Then we will create advanced daily life useful programs. Now let's see what all can be done in the Excel. I'm just taking a two samples just for you to understand. So this is the data we need to capture. I can create a form instead of writing manually here. Now you can see the form. We can have so many conditions in the form, restrictions. So let me write my name, my mobile number. So I can select the city and the dinner Italian. The date I can select from here. Do you have a car? And then I can write the maximum amount to spend. The moment I click, you can see the data is added here. So like these forms we can create especially for the data entry purpose, and these are done from the VBA. Another example, if you have already in my channel, you can see a new video I have posted today afternoon. So this is for finding the expiry of the contract. So based on the conditions we have given, you can find the contract expiring within 90 days. So those who are very new to the Excel, ignore this particular video at present. It will make you confused because it has used an intermediary level VBA. So you can ignore this. So what we are going to learn today, as we have seen the message box yesterday, you can see how we designed yesterday the message box. So first one, we want to message box title. You have seen the message box title Microsoft Excel. If it is an Excel I'm using for the accounting purpose in my company, then I need to write here my company name instead of Excel. As it's a program Excel, it's written Excel. If we see Notepad, it will be writing Notepad. But I want to write my company name, or in case of I want to pass an alert, a question mark to the user of the Excel, then I want to write respective item here. So I will how we will create the title here. So let's take a new Excel. Go to the developer, insert a button. So here message box. Hi, do you want to learn VBA? So this is what we did. Now let's see how it works. You can see do you want to learn, but the title is same. Now we want to write the title as learn VBA. So after putting the message, just press a comma. You can see the first one is a prompt, which is our message. The second is a button VBA OK only. Let's ignore at present. Press comma again. The third is title. So we can write the title here. Learn VBA. Now let's see. The title is already changed. Learn VBA. So we can define any title the way we want. The next topic for the day, message box different lines. As you have seen, hi, in the same line, do you want to learn VBA? I want this particular item to come to the next line. So how we will do it? So this one, we have to go to the next line, right? Will it work like this? It's already showing the error. It will not work in that way. Instead, we have written message box hi, that is the first line. Then we will add and VB new line. So instead of typing full, I have a pressed control space. So the VBA automatically filled the remaining parts. Then I will write again and then underscore. Here again string has to start. So let me align it. Now you can see the first line is hi. Then this is a string part or the text part. Then I'm using Visual Basic command. So I'm writing and then go to the next line, VB new line. again and, because I want to combine this three parts. This is a part 1, this is a part 2, and this is a part 3. So to combine the three parts, I'm using the AND. So hi, first line is done, VB new line, so it goes to the new next line, and this underscore I'm using, I don't need the underscore actually. I can even write like this. This is also fine. But when we have 5 or 10 lines, it will go to the right end, then it will be very difficult for us to edit. That's why I'm using the underscore, so that I'm saying a Visual Basic that uh, this line is a continuation of above line. So I have written the second line here and the remaining code as it is. Now let's see. You can see hi, then in the next line, do you want to learn VBA? So that part is over. Message box various questions without saving result. Now why we don't want to save a result? Suppose okay, I'll come back to it. Then we have kept a space here, right? Now do you want to learn VBA? Now user have only one option, which is okay. We want to ask yes or no. For that we want to change that. Okay, so we will write here, it's for the beginners, it is easy, like remove this comma, again comma, then you can already see some of the items. VB yes no. Now let's see. You can see now yes or no is there. Now if user press yes, we need to do something. If user press no, we need to do something. That part I will take at later stage. That is why without saving result. So if user press yes, we will save that result, will take some action. If user press no, we will save that result and take the action. So that part will come at a later stage when we learn if conditions. So we did that. Now not only to that extent, you can see I just put made an error. You can see a image here, right? So similarly, we want to get an image. As it's a question mark, we want to get a question mark as image. So we can just press plus, we want VB yes no button plus VB question. Now let's see, there is a question mark also. Okay, you can just play with it like VB critical. Now you can see this is a critical indication. You can play around using various options here. So let me change VB question. As I told you, use control space, so it will get automatically filled. Now various default functions in the Excel. So I'll just copy the data, some of the data from here. So this is a sales data. This is absolutely for the beginners. Why does it get to change? Okay. So I want to get some of this data. Let's add one more shop name. A, B, C, D. So I want to get the total here basically. What I will write, it's absolutely for the beginners in the Excel. I can write equal to any function or any calculation we want to write. We will start with the equal to sum. I want to get sum of the, so I have to start a bracket and select the data, then close. Now you can see the sum is ready here. I can just center, align it, then make it bold. Control B is the bold. Always use the learn shortcuts in the Excel. It will be great helpful for you. Now it says sum B2 till B5. So I got the sum of this 4 data. Now I want to write again the same function here. Instead of writing, I can just copy and paste here. So it will automatically change it to sum of C2 till C5. So this is done. Now similarly, I want to get, now it is a sum, right? Average of these sales data. So instead of sum, I can write average. You can see exact spelling from there. So I go to the average of this sales data. Then I can write min for minimum. So which shop sold the minimum? This year. So I got 100 is the minimum value, and I want to get max, means maximum sales. The bracket missed here. So I can see this is the maximum value, and I got max from here. I had to copy the same, then only it will work here. Now these are the some of the default functions available in the Excel. Now what I want to learn, I want to get percentage year to year change. So what is the formula to find year to year percentage change? I will just, this is the formula for finding how much percentage year to year the business has changed. So this year minus last year divided by last year into 100. Now we can write this year minus last year divided by last year into 100. Yeah, that is. So I copy the data and paste it down. So this is the percentage change from last year to this year. You can see 250 was the last year. This year it is 500. So there is a 100% change in the business. Now the problem with this type of data manipulation, we need to copy this formula, right? If I change something here like 200 I made for some purpose, the remaining columns will not get automatically changed. In that scenario, we will use something like tables. That is the creating table. Now tables have various advantages. In the coming sessions we will come to know, but today let's learn how to create a table. So select the data, insert, go to table, and you can see already the shortcut is Control T. Now my table has header. As we have the header here, title here, we have to tick it. If it is not there, you can uncheck it. Now the table is created. You can see automatically the view of the table itself is changed, and we can define. You can go to the design tab and create new designs. So these things will be very helpful for us instead of manually designing everything. So I have changed the color. Now the advantage, as I told you, I want to write the formula, right? This year minus last year divided by last year into 100. The moment I have written the formula, Excel automatically copied to the down. That is one of the advantage of the table. So we learned two advantage of the table. One, we can use so many color combinations. The second, the formula will be automatically copied down. If I change 200 here, you can see by default everything become 200. Otherwise we need to copy manually. Now I have another problem. Finding a formula like this, in case I missed out somewhere, like I didn't put the 100, or instead of last year I have written this year, because this formula itself usually making confused. So how we can simplify this type of formula? Earlier we have seen finding the minimum or maximum or the sum or the average. We want to write a similar function which is not by default available in the Excel. So let's see how we can define such a function. For that, you can go to the your VBA, go to any module. I think this is open. Let me close that one. So here I will write function. Then I want to write the function name. You know, to calculate the sum, it is sum, right? So year to year change, that is my function name. Then I'll start the bracket. Then I need to take two data from the input, two input from the user, right? One is this year and the another one is last year. So I'll write this year, comma, last year. I'll close the bracket. You can see end function is already came. So I need to reply to the user, whoever used this function, year-to-year change is equal to, again, use this year minus last year divided by last year into 100. I hope there is no spelling mistake. Okay, so we defined a function. So function, we say the VBA that this is a function and the function name is year to year change, and if the user has to give this year and last year data, then we are saying year to year will be equal to, or by using this function we are going to give a result to the user, this year minus last year divided by last year into 100. This is our formula. Now let's see how we can use it in the Excel. Let me delete the earlier formula. Equal to, now you can see a formula like year to year change which we defined. So bracket started, we need to give this year data comma last year data. Just press enter. Now you can see how simple it is. Just we need to write equal to year to year change, then this year data comma last year data. It is automatically giving. So any big complicated formulas we can define from the VBA, and when we are writing in the cells it will be helpful as the formula looks very small. The earlier version of the formula, you know how big it was. So this is how we define our own functions. I hope the functions part is clear. So this is all the topic for the day. I hope you understand the session, the day 2, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.